Welcome back. Backstage with the Civil Church Podcast. My name's Evan Semanco.
Is that really how you do the intro now? You don't even really put it in?
No, I go back in and later.
That's
post. But if you're watching on Facebook Live, you saw Jordan hold his phone up to the microphone.
You would never know.
You would never know listening, but we're glad you're here.
Wow.
Josh Mitchell,
what's up?
Co-host, and glad you're here. We got our Christmas hats.
I might be a little pitchy on that one there.
We'll forgive
He
you.
didn't have enough monster.
Yeah, I
yet.
might have a little. I might be a little pitchy, dog.
It's better than the early morning pod.
No, absolutely.
Hey, that's right. Thanks for tuning in. Last Tuesday, we were back on schedule this week. Jordan Felt's back from World Travels.
Yep.
You're done for the year. How many miles do you do? Like 10 million?
2 million.
Let me pull it up.
He went all over. He
Let me
kept
pull it
it
up.
tracked in an app this year.
There's
How
an
many
app.
miles?
Literal Mr. Worldwide.
Who is this? Like,
53 flights, 32,000 miles, 4 days of flight time, 19 airports, and 19 hours lost to delays.
wow, that's
That's a day
awesome
you're
to
not
keep
gonna
up.
get back.
Now, is that on an app or you just
Yeah,
do
it's
it
called
yours-
Flighty.
We'll put a link in the
Look,
show
it's
notes
even
if
got
you're
a little
traveler.
map.
Put that link
People are
in the
getting their
show
Spotify
notes.
Wrapped. That's Jordan's travel Wrapped.
So, and this is doing sound in various
Yep.
sundry locations.
So I work for a company called FOH Events.
Front of
now,
house.
you want to say that
Front
in front of house?
events
Uh-huh.
out of Fort Worth, Texas. We do a lot of corporate events, Christian events all
cool.
over the world. So
Now,
not the world, the country, but
Who was the connector to that?
so I went and worked. I subcontracted with another company that was helping them out on a
Yeah.
big show, and I met them and the owner and all that, and we just hit it off. And I went and subcontracted with them a few times, and then he ended up hiring me as his full-time production manager.
That's awesome, man.
So-
Come on, let's give it up for Jordan.
Jordan, working it, figuring it out.
And
this
he's right
modern
here at
age.
Symbol Church. See, when you're out there complaining about the sound, you got a worldwide travel.
World class.
Ooh,
World class sound man.
Hey, what? Remember the sermon? I told you, every sound man said, go out there and make a loud noise for the
Are
Lord,
you
son.
officially
Amen.
a sound engineer? Is that what you would call yourself?
sure.
Okay. All right. Good talk.
Depends on the day.
Yeah, an engineer, you know.
Sanitation engineer.
Well, it's like this right here. A sound engine, it's way more complicated than it used to be, but also simpler than it used to be. There's both statements
Right.
can be true.
And if something goes
When
wrong,
the
and it doesn't sound
technology
right-
works.
Right. Well, Jordan's normally not here, and I'm trying to figure it out for him. So I'm glad when
And
Jordan
I
is
don't know
here.
how to make it any simpler for you either. Just being straight.
Hey, I tell you what, you don't put me in charge anymore. We
I'll
had that
tell you,
one.
I'm the best of the three of us.
Yeah, of these three.
The other day, I literally was like, DK, how do we make this easier? And he's like, I don't think we can.
It's not
Yeah.
about easy. Your instructions are great. It just don't work sometimes.
Yeah, that's
Well,
technology.
because you,
dude, man.
Well,
And I don't know the next step.
sounds
Now,
like
and
user
Things go
error.
wrong.
Admit this.
Okay.
Sometimes technology does not operate.
Oh,
Fails.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, we'll be on show sites and something will happen, and I'll go,
I don't know.
And you know what you've never done? Host a podcast and try to run at the same time.
Hey,
Well,
and you know what?
right.
That's
How,
fair.
you know how we know technology doesn't work? Because this is a recap of the previous Sunday. Let's just go to 9 o'clock.
Here we go. We're getting backstage right out the
what
gate.
happened?
Oh, video. I mean, I set up the whole thing. You send in your pictures. Evan gets them together. Kayla edits the video. We go through all. We
week's
pick a
worth of
new.
work.
We pick a new song. The band learns the new song, which is amazing. All of it goes on, and then we go and watch for yourself on the video. Black screen. Never came up.
And nothing.
See, I was running sound. I didn't look up.
And this is interesting, too,
I didn't even
because
know.
the people come at 10 o'clock have no idea. If
No,
you
they
want 10 or
don't,
11,
yeah.
sometimes you miss the things. There's 3 services every Sunday.
Right,
and
yeah.
something's almost always going wrong.
Well, it's just funny because I go, and then it seems that it's light and video related more in the new scenario, in
Yes.
the new building than in the other area.
Video's extremely, I mean, on all the shows we do, video is our most complicated thing.
Oh, yeah.
Every time.
And everything we do is video.
Everything.
Simple ain't easy.
Yeah, it isn't.
That's
Simple
right.
ain't easy.
So that's
for
negative
sure.
stuff goes wrong. Let's start with a positive comment from Josh Mitchell, though. Josh has a new fan because yesterday, passing out gingerbread ducks, which, by the way, y'all wiped out.
Yeah,
Took
it's
every duck
awesome.
we had. They were mad at the end of the 11 o'clock service.
Yeah.
You're telling me there's no more ducks? That's right. They thought they could. They were cute little ducks.
What? Oh, yeah, that's
music
what
is
I'm
that?
talking about. That's cult of personality. I don't know why he's got it in there.
I think
This
that's
your
somebody's intro music.
WWE
Because
intro.
look who's coming in live on the podcast. It's a Christmas miracle. If you're not watching, Greg Walker just entered the scene.
The wolf is in it to chat.
That's his intro
They
music.
can't hear you yet.
That's
Look,
right. He has
he's
no
making
microphone,
a-
but he's got a candle lit. He's got
Happy Hanukkah.
a Die Hard sweatshirt on, and we have a special guest on the podcast today.
Now
Justin
I
did not know.
Now I have a
man.
machine gun.
Ho,
Ho, ho,
ho,
ho.
Turn Turn around and give him the camera there, Greg. Let
Yeah,
me
they
see
got
it.
to be able to see.
That's
That's
right.
a little diehard
Greg,
reference.
the Wolf Walker band
Is
extraordinaire.
that cord long enough? We can scoot him over here.
Hey,
'cause I got space.
The best part is
go
when
over
I hear Cult of Personality, and Evans go, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, now I know."
Now you know.
The wolf is
The
in
wolf's
the
music.
He's
wolf
in.
is
The other
Wolf's
day,
in
the other day we had just gotten done with a podcast with you,
Yep.
and I said he called me about something, and I was looking through my calendar. I was like, bro, next Monday
Just come do it, son.
is Hanukkah.
He said,
I said, come on for Hanukkah.
I said, so? He's like, bring a candle.
Mazel tov.
"Yeah, wait,
This is,
I tried to get him to get
that's
that.
a married
Catholic candle.
yeah, no, hold on. I'm going to give you a little history about
Oh,
that.
Shut
here
the
we
camera
go.
that way.
Here we go.
Give
Oh,
a
yeah.
little look at home if you're watching.
This
This is
is-
why you tune in for the video.
Yes.
If you're on audio, it looks like a Catholic prayer candle.
Del Gallo.
you got to say it in the mic." I didn't hear.
This is the Virgin Del Gallo.
Spanish for.
Well,
The
it's
Gallo.
not Spanish. Well, they use this in Mexico when transporting narcotics.
That's what I'm talking about. I knew it was going to be.
It's like a luck charm.
Somebody going to have a
Since
Merry
it's-
Christmas.
If you're
Hanukkah
new to Civil Church, Greg is trying to stop the people
Hanukkah,
bringing the
and
drugs.
You got to have a candle. Why not
Only a-
mix them together?
Only a Shreveport policeman to come in and give you the
I
whole
tried to get him
rundown.
to bring that fur coat from last time.
Couldn't find
Oh,
it.
man.
Couldn't find it.
Welcome, Greg.
Oh, hey,
We're
buddy.
glad you're here.
I'm glad to be here too.
Merry Christmas.
Hey, we were just this is so funny. So I don't know. Did you hear anything we just said?
No, not really.
All right, so this is funny. So we were talking about Jordan's been traveling doing sound, and I said, now today in today's world, it's simpler but yet more complicated because technology's made it simpler, but then in some ways it's more complicated because yada yada yada. And I said, and a perfect example is this last Sunday when the band learns a new song, Caleb edits a new video, Evan pulls all the pictures in. I set it up. And ladies and gentlemen, look for yourself as they play this new song in blackness, son. It
Sure
just-
wasn't even up in that thing.
Let's not talk about Easter 2024.
I don't remember that one.
Stuff
We had it
happens.
time coded, video, lights, the whole nine, and somebody got off the click, and we had to kill the tracks, and everything just went.
I do remember that.
Chip was mad, bro.
Oh, that
It's
was
not
the
as-
last one at the
it's-
BG. Yeah.
It's not
I
as
remember
bad
that.
as the Kabuki drop back
Oh.
in
Oh,
at the
yeah, that's
convention
a good one,
center.
Classic
too.
moment.
I'm confident that Chip Mitchell let out the loudest cuss word in the history of Simple Church. When he was like, he went through this whole thing, the screen is going to drop, reveal the set, and it didn't work, and I'm echoing in my ears this wonderful cuss word. Way to go, Chip.
Merry Christmas.
I can relate.
Merry Christmas.
Kabuki drop.
Yeah, that's a whole nother term, just when you come up with the old Kabuki drop.
El
right.
Kabuki.
Yeah, but that
It was
was
cool.
funny Sunday because I didn't realize it till afterwards, and then when I saw it later, I laughed because it's like, hey, y'all, pick yourself out on the screen, man. We got it all set up. Just look who you are, and hey, y'all,
And
counting down to Christmas, boys.
yeah, catch us on that next, maybe by
back
10
at 10.
o'clock. Next time. Maybe 10
Mom,
o'clock.
I didn't see myself. Neither did I.
Neither did
If
I.
you watch later on demand, you never know.
No, well, what's
Later
funny
on
is
demand.
so I look at Jennifer who's backstage, and I'm like, "Hey, the screen's off," and she just goes. So there's all these people backstage. So you have Jennifer who kind of keeps everybody on track, telling you time codes and what's going on. Will running monitors. You know, Joe's doing the video and the lights, and Chip's doing the. So I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" She was like, "Don't have a clue." I'm like, "Is it gonna come
Nobody
on?"
knows what's
No,
up.
I don't think it's gonna make it. You know, I'm like, then it starts while y'all are playing, which is not distracting at all. It's like Stranger Things. I expect a Demogorgon to come through the wall. I'm like, what is happening? You know?
Dude, that's awesome.
You
That's-
win some. You
Yeah,
lose some.
well, I mean, it is what it is. Just,
That's
is
Dude,
what it
that's
is.
funny.
Fun
That's it.
times.
They mess up
Fun
on the
times.
Grammys, though, too.
Yeah, but I don't
Yeah,
think
on
like
TV.
that.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know if it was that big.
Somebody got
but we
canned.
ain't got the same
Fired,
budget.
for sure.
Same budget.
Also true.
That is true.
A lot of great volunteers trying their best.
That's
yeah, they're
right.
doing it.
That's
Yeah,
right.
well, some are paid though.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's don't.
You're right.
I like how we try to put it off
Yeah.
on volunteers. They're just volunteers. No, some of them getting a check.
Justin's name went on something.
Hey, but giving a shout out is for sure though. Funky Saint Nick, give me a toast. No, I need a
Yeah.
toast on
That
that.
was
Hey,
fun.
man, that song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
We got to work out some things on it, but yeah.
But
yeah.
it's a debut.
Always.
It's the debut.
That's that debut.
The debut.
You didn't get to hear it, did you?
Oh, I heard it. I was on
Did
broadcast.
you? Okay, yeah.
Oh,
wasn't
I
sure.
heard it. We had to fix the tracks.
Yeah,
a
we had to
few
fix it all
times.
up a couple
Well,
times.
I
yeah.
mean, it's fresh. Sometimes
it's
when
fresh.
things is fresh, it takes a minute to get all
It's
lined
still, you
up.
got to get the grease a little bit out of them. You know what I mean? We got another
It's a
time, we'll
process.
do it. You know.
I heard people say they liked it though.
Good,
They were
dude. Good, dude. Good. That's good.
thankful, You know,
But I'm glad
it.
that, we're there to make people smile, man. I mean, you have a bad week, you come up in here.
see, and the thing is what y'all don't know is, me and Greg will have these private conversations. See, because everything seems to be in this Christian world. Sometimes the music can just be a little flat. So I'll be like, dog, can't we put some stank up on it? Can't we put some fun up on it? And then he'll be
Yeah.
like, hold up, wait a minute.
That's right.
When we
Let the wolf
Let's
get
put
up
the
in it.
wolf in it. That's exactly right. And the next thing you know, he'll be like, check this out. And I'll be like, that's what I'm talking about.
I love when they'll start. I'll be in a text thread where they'll start sending songs, and Greg's like, "Nope, Justin ain't gonna like it. Nope. I don't even know why you suggested that. No.
Known him a long time.
Here's the deal. All right, so let's talk about this since the wolf's here. All right, so
let's go on, yeah.
we've done it.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's true.
Done it a long time. And there is a time for everything, as Ecclesiastes sometimes will tell you. There's a time to dance and there's a time to marrying. Okay? So what I'm trying to tell you is, in this environment, when you're trying to create an atmosphere or an environment that is conducive to people going, this is different. Hey, man, this kind of feels cool. You can't do the same thing. You have to, and an atmosphere does not create itself. It is created by the people in it and the music you choose and the videos that you play. So it's like on the sermon, if somebody comes up and you can create, like in this past Sunday, because this is backstage, there was the one video of the Christmas story. There was no lyrics in it because you're supposed to be just watching and looking at the slow motion of the moment of this teenage girl coming into this, and then her husband walking with her going, oh my gosh, how are we going to do it? Creates an emotion. There's something that you go like, wow. And then it culminates with the baby, and it's giving you these things, but there's no lyrics in that. And it's intentional because you're trying to sometimes create a reflective or whatever. But on the other one, you're first walking in, dude, if it's flat or kind of just, then that sets the day up. So for me to communicate, they're not communicating. They play it and they leave. So I always go like, no. Greg knows, like, you finna have to communicate.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
So like you got to
true.
create like what you're trying to create, and then sometimes like that Fulco song a couple of weeks ago. I knew I couldn't just come out with, hey, everybody, Chris sent me a song. Y'all sit down and cry with me.
Come on now. Let's get that. It don't work that way.
You're trying to, and in the downside or the challenge to our environment that we created, doing 3 services quickly in 45 minutes or whatever it is. You cannot have worship the way you traditionally set worship. That's why you do worship nights.
Right.
Christmas Eve has way more music in it, and there's creating way more mood because you have more time. It is very hard in like 10 minutes. Now raise your hands. Wasn't that worship or whatever? It's like you're really more using music as a tool to lighten people up and create an atmosphere that points to Jesus, either through the lyrics or the style of the music or the vibe of the music. And then Greg and them do a great job at that, and that's why he's sitting there. They may be. Everybody's got it's subjective, so everybody's putting in. Well, what about this? What about that? Well, you got to be thinking like, yeah, but what are we trying to pull off?
Right.
Like, what are you trying to say, or what are we trying to do? And another good example of that would be Steve Hartman. Sometimes, majority of the time, Steve has, because he's going on CBS News, a heart-wrenching story with a little bit of humor that has an ultimate message.
In 3 minutes.
Those are his 3 elements. If you watch his elements, it is like, man, it's going to make you kind of go, man, that was sweet or funny, but golly, that was cool what was happened, or daggum, that kind of gets you in the heart. And that little combination in 3 minutes makes you go, and he's good at it. The dude's good at it. A song is 3 minutes. You can't get all 3 of those in one song because songs are designed to kind of go, this is the vibe. This is what we're trying to do. So when Funky St. Nick came in for me, I was like, Greg knew. I'm like, because you're trying to have some fun. And when you go out there, not all of them lend itself. Well, he had his lyrics in there, which is funny to me, and little things that he does and a little funky bass, because usually they're Christmas songs that are redone in a different style, whether that's Motown, because we were in Detroit. Like me and John were in Detroit, everything was Motown. So you didn't hear anything Christmas other than like Motown, which I told them that's something we've never done. I'm kind of tempted to do a Motown Christmas one year.
Yeah.
Just because it's still the same songs, but done in a different style.
Right.
That creates a different emotion
Right.
or a different feel based on what the vibe is. So I'm just breaking that down. So,
do
Yeah,
a Motown.
thanks for breaking that down.
Get you a Motown
Yeah.
Christmas. Get you
Well,
a
man, I'm gonna.
dance
If
floor.
you don't mind, no,
Yeah.
you go ahead, John.
Oh, I'm just ready for when we get the gospel choir up in here. That's what,
yeah,
that's
well,
what I'm waiting for.
you better go
We've
find
done
them.
that before. We've done that.
He said,
You
you
say
better
the
go
word.
find them.
The other part of that is that no matter where you go, there's some type of program. No matter what church you go to,
Right.
you're programmed to do a certain thing.
Right.
And what I love about the simple church is that you're programmed. Yeah, you could say it's the same thing, but it's not the same thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'll give you an example that just happened this last week of a guy that goes to the jiu-jitsu gym with me. He's been showing up, and I've seen him a couple times, and I saw him at the gym a Saturday, and he said, "Hey, I want to let you going to be there tomorrow?" I said, "Yeah, I'll be there." And he said, "Man, I love that place." He goes, "Man, I've been kind of going to some different places, but I show up and the vibe is just different, and I like the culture." And he goes, "I've been going for some weeks now, and they take the community serious." And dude, you know what I mean? And I was like, "Yeah, man. I mean, Justin and the staff, those guys, that's their heart. That's what it's about. That's why I was started." And he's like, "Man, I just like being in that." And so, to back up what you're saying,
Right.
you know what I mean? The program does that.
So then I was going to go back to, so Greg and them pick all the songs majority of the time. Every once in a while I'll hear one that
Right,
go whatever.
right.
Well, I knew you were trying to create, people are sending pictures.
Right.
So I'm the middleman then going, dude, this is Countdown to Christmas, which was a country song, which
Yeah.
we're not always country people. I mean, as far as there's so many different styles of music, okay? You can country and rock. And so generally speaking, country is not what I listen to a whole lot of. But I happened to be watching TV, and it was like, man, I'm counting down the days to Christmas order. I was like, well, hold on, that's
perfect.
And then
That's
it went
right.
down and said the same kind of things, and I was like, oh, that'll work. Well, that's
right.
where I give the band the credit. This is the other thing that's unique about Simple Church, and if you're new and you're listening, you will know this. Now, we've done it a little more than we've ever done in 18 years intentionally. We do a lot of different songs every week, where typically when you're in a church, it's the same songs over and over again. The reason they do that is because they're trying to get it in your head and create memory, but it creates a vibe too. Like, I've heard this. Some people, it helps them get there. Other people, my gosh, I've heard this song. Can we just move on?
Right.
So, like, what we're trying to do is if we're going to play it, the lyrics will have some kind of meaning, may have some fun, or it might be pointing to it. But then you're creating another element added, which is video and your pictures to connect you to what's going on. So that's all intentional. Now, this week,
Not at 9 o'clock though.
no, 9 o'clock. Well, very true. And if you I still turn on churches. I think there's so many great churches, and there's not a right way. It's just there's not this is the way. It's just a way. But what what we fought for is the whole time is using the technology, having some fun,
Right.
and really mixing up the styles. So it's not like, oh, that's what all that band does. They can do anything. And that's what I like too, is you don't really know exactly what style it's going to be. Sometimes it's rock, sometimes it's old school, sometimes it's new school. I mean, you can do anything. And to me, that's the cool part.
Yeah, it is
And
cool, man.
I think what you say is there's no right way. We very humbly say we're not the only way. We don't know.
Oh, no.
But if you like Simple Church, you know Simple Church way. I watched a friend of mine get interviewed. He was talking about his story. He said he was going to be on their church service. 40 minutes of music
That's
before an
general.
hour of sermon.
Yeah.
And you just forget. I mean, we're in it every week and doing it. And before he got on there, they had this huge LED screen behind him, never showed a single picture, never showed a video, didn't use it at all in the service. I was like, dang, you're wasting opportunity.
Yeah, but that's why I say it's just
Right.
it's all different, but it's not the way. It is a way. But the goal is if you're unchurched, the reason the method is the way the method is it is similar to what culture does.
Right.
Whether that's the news or music or whatever, you're pulling different elements to tell a story. Now, the reason I believe that is because if Jesus were here, I believe he would use the elements of our culture to tell the story, like he used parables and
Farmers
stories.
and
I mean, it was
fishermen.
just he used what he had. So
Right,
it's
that's right,
not
that's
saying
right.
it's the way, it's just a way. But I also, everybody jokes about this. When you're like, well, you're the pastor. I'm like, well, yeah, because that's the way I wanted it to be. We did it in student ministry too. There just weren't adults doing it.
Right.
So when we started taking some things we'd done in student ministry, because those students grew up to be adults, and that's why they always tell us, a lot of them will move and they'll call me or they'll send emails like, man, is there any church like this? I live in this city. I'm like, no, there's not. You
Right.
got to.
There are not many out there.
No,
right?
and it's
Can
because,
I add to
yeah,
what
yeah,
you said,
sure.
though? When you said that, and I may have read this the wrong way, but when they said, well, you're the pastor. Well, yes, you're right. The problem, and it's always going to be this way, I don't think there's a change with that, is that the majority of people that do are in the church culture, not everyone, but they come for Sunday because they want to get church word
Right.
fed. That's not your job.
Right.
Your job is not to do that. That's not what a pastor's for. Sorry, y'all. That's just not what it's for. But that's why I like the culture, because that's not what this is. This is that, hey, man, that church is for connection. That's why we meet together. That's what we do
Community.
community. And that's why, I'm totally with the pastor. I mean,
Well,
that's-
what's
that's
funny
what you
is,
do.
and this is why Greg says this. So, like, here's a little biblical lesson. So, like a lot of people, is when people say, like, well, I had to leave because I wasn't getting fed. That is like saying, and then you go, well, how long you been a Christian? You go, how long you been a Christian? Well, I mean, man, I've been 40 years. Oh, so you're still wanting someone to spoon feed you
You skinny. You skinny.
because the
That
truth
baby
is,
milk.
it's and that's why the scripture is saying it's like, and we're all he's like today, the pastoral is like driving this past
right.
week when Miss Kathy's husband passed away, and we do a 10-minute graveside and drive 6 hours to do it because we love her, not out of have to.
That's right.
But I don't want to. Like, God,
That's right.
Kathy, I'm sorry you had to do that. I will be. And she's like, well, Justin, I'm sorry. We just couldn't get a military chaplain to do it. I'm like, don't be sorry. I'll drive over there and do that for you. And people that were unchurched and some of my friends that were new Christians are like, no, wait a second. Now, I can't do it for everybody because there's one guy. That's why you have other pastors. And this is what I also say. Every member is a minister. So that's the other thing. You think I'm the only one that can do it, but no, look, what they want is, and this is where Greg was going back to it, is that just like and Greg's in the police force and fire, and you could go sports teams, it's that, no, we got each other's back, and I don't need a title to do that. I am given that gift by God, and I want to love on you. And everybody's got different gifts, but we also don't get that as a cop-out to go, well, my gift's not loving on people.
Or I'm not a pastor.
Yeah, you go like,
Right, yeah, that's
well, no,
not-
the
that's
truth
not true
is
at all.
like, how can we serve you? How can we love you? How can we help you? And in that process, be sensitive to the needs. Like Jonah's been doing a lot with this family this week. I mean, I went up there too. Robin's gone up there. It's like all of us, because we love the family. They're in the middle of a tragic situation. And you got to have a lot of people to love on you through that. Well, some people go, well, I wasn't getting fed. Well, it wasn't just about getting fed. It was like, did you serve anybody? This is why in the Simple Church, it's
It
always
challenges
like,
you.
did you
That's
ever,
right. That's
did
right.
you think about not what you were receiving, but what you were given? And that's why, like in this series, even the 24 days or whatever, it's just a little challenge to go, get out of yourself and give to somebody.
And it really is being pastoral for some of them.
Yes.
I mean, it's going and serving your neighbors. It's going and doing something for somebody else.
And I'll give you a real-time example. So we took the staff to eat today to Saltgrass, whatever. Okay, so we go in there, and this is why didn't know we were going to go to Saltgrass. We were originally going to Silver Star. We're going to eat because it's kind of like our little Christmas thing. Is let's go to Saltgrass because Silver Star was busy. We get down there, and we gave $100 gift card to the server. And she was just like, oh, my gosh, plus a tip. But she was like, oh, my gosh. And so y'all had left, and I went to use the restroom or whatever, and I came out, and I stuck my head in the kitchen. I said, hey, boys, y'all killed it or whatever. Oh, and then I was like, why are we going to leave them out? So I called Robin back, and I was like, hey, bring me some gift cards so I can hook the cooks up or whatever. And all them dudes were just like, are you kidding me, man? Like, thank you, man. Like, so when
they
you
probably thought you were coming back there to yell at them.
and the reason I say that is like in all of our days, you got a choice to like love on somebody, serve on somebody, and it's not just. And then ironically, it was giving them that blessing, which is minor in some ways, but then huge in other ways. I was the one that was like, man, that's cool, God. Thanks for reminding me, because some people just be like, all right, cool, whatever. They were like blown away that we would think about that or care about that. So imagine if there is 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, pick a number where everybody had that mentality where you go, dude, are you good, Greg? What's going on? How's your mama? And let me come help, or what needs to be done at the house. Buddy Caskey has been a great example. He's a retired fireman, but every time he'll see me, he's like, what can I do for you? That's community.
Yeah.
He's not paid.
That's what church is,
Yeah,
man.
it's just like, and
That's what church is. That's
right.
what
He's just
supposed
like,
to
hey,
be.
what can?
Yeah.
So then, as you're being fed, you're feeding. The best I can tell when you use the feed illustration, you feed yourself. I mean, like,
more joy.
as you age, you start as a young and someone's feeding you, but as you mature, if you want to use that illustration, you begin to, and this fat boy right here, I know how to eat, cuz I promise you. Nobody had to tell me how to put that fork down.
Don't have to worry about no gristle over
No,
here.
I went ahead and hit that.
Well, let's share some of those stories because we've been
You
collecting
hear
them.
about his chocolate cake at Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
No, that was that
he ate
Chocolate Delight.
Oh,
he
yeah.
ate 24 square inches of
I
chocolate
sure did.
delight.
Yeah, boy, we got one life. That's it, baby.
And not everybody got that metabolism
Get
of
thick, boys.
my boy right here. That knee still running. He burning calories sitting there. them
That's
rats
true.
be
They
running.
move.
Oh,
They
hey.
move all the time.
Dude, I've been with this dude forever, and I promise you, he ain't never sitting there. Everybody go, man, why Greg so skinny? He ain't never stopped moving. He's like, hey, man, hey.
Bring
It's true. By the way, before you get going, that's actually I messed up. That's Saint Mary Guadalupe.
Oh,
I messed up in the beginning.
Yeah, there
No,
ain't a single English word on there.
right.
Well,
I
man,
tried to
sorry.
read it, but there ain't.
Chat GBT.
Don't worry about it. We lit it up. For
That's
we
Christmas.
did for
We getting
Hanukkah.
lit.
But I want
got
to
up
share
in here.
some of those stories because you guys have been sending them in. You've been a part of Countdown for Christmas, getting ready, doing good. And so thank you. Keep sending those in social media. Loved a couple of them. Chesney does a watch party in Humboldt, does it with her group. They get
Tennessee,
together.
what's up?
That's
Give a
right.
shout out, Tennessee.
She said she
Humboldt.
got her candy
Humboldt,
canes in the car
Tennessee.
going to deliver them, got pulled over, got a ticket for not wearing her seatbelt,
Amen.
gave the police officer a candy cane, but did not get out of the ticket.
No, because you got to wear a seatbelt,
That's
cuz.
right.
You can't be.
Wear your seatbelt,
It ain't no
Chelsea.
candy cane going to get you out of no
That's
seatbelt.
right.
Sorry you couldn't get out of that.
As a police
If
officer.
you were in Shreveport, we'd have cut you loose.
Yeah.
Would have helped you out.
We got bigger problems in Shreveport.
We ain't worried about your belt.
That's
Humboldt.
the problem.
That's funny. You did good, huh? You taking it.
That's right. Chesney and her group
Yep.
watches every Sunday. They got the calendars. We mailed them some. They've been
That's
doing
awesome.
good up there. That's right. The Butter Boys, they went to an anime convention.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Everybody has their people, man. It's something different.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not hating. I'm just
That's
saying
it.
I don't watch anime, so I don't even
Me
know what
neither.
that really means. Why can't we
wanna
just
learn
call that
anime, talk to
cartoon?
Caleb.
Yeah, that's what I call that cartoon.
Why can't you call that
But
cartoon?
she sent us a picture passing out her Christmas tree cake to a guy dressed up as Jesus.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
I
So
didn't know he
thinking
was up in there.
That's right. He's an anime fan, apparently.
That's cool.
Doing good over there. But then my favorite one, the serious one, somebody sent this message in on Facebook, and they said, we don't like taking pictures. We don't want this to be public. I just want to share with you guys. We're loving being challenged to make these little moments blessings for others. Sometimes we're tired or super busy, and make the time every day is a lot, but it's kept us grounded for this reason for this season. It's making more than just hustle and bustle this Christmas. It's allowing us to, and our kids to have an opportunity to remember the why. Thank you, Simple Church, for always prompting us to be like Jesus.
See, there you
Oh,
go.
that's great, dude.
That's
Love
up.
that.
And the
Yeah,
truth
that's great.
is, it started in the beginning of the series. That the hard thing about communicating too is nobody pays attention. Really,
Let's just really get down to it.
if you're being straight, if I said, "Man, tell me what I said week 1," everyone in here would go,
I know I would. I'd be the first one.
I remember it meant something then, but you're inundated with information.
That's right.
So this is why I always go back and go, information, it's the format. You got to do it. You inspire, you challenge, whatever. But the real test is, did and are people doing it? So like if you hear it and hear it and hear it and hear it and hear it, but it never causes you to move to action, that's what I grew up with. There was a lot of preaching and a lot of singing, and we were never really challenged to go do it. So the one thing that we side hard on is really going, go do it. Go do it. Go do it. So this is funny. So I have a kind of a new Christian guy, been coming to church or whatever. So he called me yesterday. He's like, hey, man, some old church dude just stopped me and kind of fronted me. And he said, man, why is Simple Church feeding people in Haiti? They need to feed people here. And I said, hey, man, punch him right in the teeth. No, I didn't.
That's your pastor.
I said, look, ball your fist up and punch him
Make
right
a
He said,
fist
he said, straight
and-
poke, cut you
and
loose.
And give him right in the kiss.
and say, in Jesus' name, I got you.
I'm anointing you.
So I said, man, don't hate on the brother. He just don't know. I said, because what's funny is like he is grown up in his world, and what he don't know is that we do feed kids in our community.
That's right.
And it's very, very not just one time of year Christmas. We do it year round. So, I mean, he just don't know. So, number one, he don't really want to know that.
No,
he's just
he don't.
frustrated because
That's
he
right.
thinks we shouldn't be sending food somewhere else. And I always go back to it's like, unfortunately, Jesus don't really give you that out. It ain't an American thing, and it's not an African thing
Judea,
or a
Samaria,
Haitian
and
thing
the
or an
ends.
Israel thing. It's a world thing.
Right.
That's right.
So when he came in, and then it goes back to what Greg started with, which is community, which is relationships. And Will McGinnis, who will be here this week, great bass player for Audio Adrenaline. We played with them, grew up with them, watching them, played some of their songs. But he's a humble dude who's given his life to serving the people of Haiti. So when your friend who's in your community goes, man, we are really struggling right now, I can't go, well, look, man, we do backpacks for kids in the hood, man. Forget those kids. I'm like, no, look, we're going to see what we can do to help. And so now, through people's generosity and their sacrifice of time and that commitment, now will feed a child halfway around the world. And the love of Christ becomes real when you go, hey, listen, you were hungry and I fed you. And unfortunately, you may not remember anything else, but this one burned in my mind. Matthew 25 is clear. What you did for the least of these, you did unto me. And that was water, food, prisoners, sick. So if you don't want to do anything else, go and focus on that. Because and according to what I see, he don't speak about judgment a whole lot of times, Jesus himself, but that is a clear passage. And he was like, dude, how do I separate the goats from the sheep? It's not, did you go to Sunday school? Did you get fed? Did you not? It was like, what did you do for these people and how did you do it? So for us, you can't just be talking it. You got to be doing it.
It's true.
So that's why I'm thankful
about
that
it,
in the whole thing, yeah, we're going to play some fun music, man. We're going to do this. But when it all kind of gets played out, all of y'all that are listening or participate, 1,000 volunteers plus
Signed up, filled it up.
will pay for, because they did it through Laugh for Good and through contributions. I had a guy walk up and say, man, I'm coming, but I want to make some money toward it. Never asked for money to do it. This is on Sunday. He's like, here it is. You're providing food and the gospel and Jesus' love to people you'll never meet. And when you get to heaven one day, I promise you, cuz, it's going to matter.
It is gonna matter.
More than a lot of the stuff, whether we had a cool light show this week or whether that was the great
Well, the
note
other part
that,
too
you
with
know,
what you said about oh boy is if you want to get shirk-allergical with it,
that would be psychological.
that dude's just unhappy. It wouldn't matter whether you fed, Josh's family around the corner. It wouldn't even matter
right.
because if you'd have fed the guy, around the corner, it'd be like, well, the simple church, they don't preach the word. Okay. We don't.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
That's it.
You know what I mean?
That's
So, I
right.
mean, yeah,
If
he
you
just
preach
done
the
a happy
word,
dude,
you didn't
man.
preach the right translation.
Right.
You didn't.
Yeah.
And I ain't hating on no boy, but
No.
there's something going on.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean,
And then
it is
let's talk
what it
about
is.
two local things we did this week: bikes getting passed out today, and
Yeah.
the Simply Exceptional dance.
That's
was
right.
a dream of when we had the event center.
And what all I'm saying is, and the new series is coming out in January. Okay.
Heard it here first.
Yeah. And it's along these lines. And I've been thinking about this for a long time. So I've been working on this series, and it'll be January and February. But here's what I'm saying. Haters going to hate. And that's been that way forever because the devil loves to use even good Christian people to try to get us
right.
sidetracked to miss the purpose.
That's right.
And to miss the goal. And that's why whether it's music or preaching style or translation, and then all of a sudden all of those things kind of fade away when you go, but did we represent and love Christ in the way we treated our neighbor? Mm-hmm. And then most of the time you're like, oh, man. So you want to blame the preacher for not feeding you, but you ain't going to walk out and do it. The preacher going to be accountable to him. Lord going to get him. Just like he's going to ask you, like, man, how come you didn't help this guy? Or how come you didn't pay attention to this
Today,
or that?
give a poinsettia to somebody.
Right.
You really actually doing it?
And,
That's
right.
one thing you can do.
And the reason why is, and this is where all the other people come at, like, well, man, you can't earn your way. That's why I say it. So I'm like, look, we ain't saying you're earning your way. Salvation is free. It is a gift. It is grace. But what is also true is when you have received that gift and that grace, if it ain't motivating you to love somebody else, you missed it.
Thumbs up.
You missed it. So I always go back to like, dude, I got to work on me. And there's days I miss it. There's days I don't want to do that or don't act that way or don't do it the right way. And I'm like, Lord, I shouldn't have done, man. I'm not in the right headspace. I ain't living right. I'm not walking with you. I'm not. And then the more I walk with him and the more I go live it out, it's like, man, that's where it's at. And then I'll gravitate back to selfishness again or gravitate back to what I like, and then I miss it. And that's the battle of trying to figure it all out. And like when
Dying
you
to self, yeah.
and when you've done it with people, like, I mean, me and Greg have been friends a long, long time, and I
Since
brag
Vietnam.
I brag on Greg a lot. And I told somebody this other day, and they're like, "That dude," because not everybody knows everybody's story, but Greg had a heart for evangelism as a young person that I had rarely seen, but it was because somebody had invested in him.
It's true.
And then he was like, man, and then it all challenged us. And then life, just like in all of us, you go through all these different things. You're growing, you're changing. You're not this way. There's a change, there's a maturing, there's a mistakes, there's good, there's bad, there's a journey. And then when you have community, dude, I'm gonna love you through all that.
That's right.
Because that's the biblical basis of like, dude, you ain't gonna get it all right all the time.
And
So you
haters
gotta
are
have
just
people.
gonna hate, man.
They is.
They're
gotta
just
play.
going. They
And
are.
my
Man.
next line, and lovers gonna love.
All the time.
It's coming. Don't worry.
That's it. So let's talk a little bit about the dance, because when we were talking about having an event center, one of the reasons we did that was to be able to give back to the community. And this was a great example, I think, of what we want to be known for, and being for the community, being for the city, helping out this.
All right, so let's start there. So if y'all don't know what happened this past week, and Mallory and others, but Evan's wife and all them, we started working on kids with disabilities of various degrees, some physical, some learning
Real
disability.
quick, too, the teacher who was in charge of it is a Simple Church person.
Right.
Or came to us and said, "Can we help them to get job skills?"
Okay,
Can
and
we
this
help
is
do
what I
something?"
was going to go
sorry.
back to. It goes way back to is these are kids with disabilities of various degrees and
High
various
schoolers in Bossier
reasons. Yep.
Parish, yeah.
So this teacher who is living in the community, representing Christ, says, "Hey, I'm looking for a way to get these kids involved. We have the building now. We're like, well, man, this is really, I don't know how we can do it. We can hand stuff out, but man, this is a time that they could have a lot of control and a lot of freedom if they want to come up and help us, because we have a cleaning team, those all volunteers." Well, they said, let's do it. Well, the next thing you know, you have Christians who are serving. No one really knows it, cleaning up your trash that you left in the aisle, taking out the trash, whatever it is. Now you have special needs kids in the community going, it's my honor to do it. They partner together, and week after week, laughing, cleaning up, doing all that they're doing. I'd hit that gritty with them. Then we have pizza party. Why? Because the community has now come together and let them know they're valuable, that they're loved, and vice versa. And then they
bring
come.
so much joy.
Oh,
into
they're
every week.
yeah. Instead of something everybody's grouchy about, and you go in there, you're like, man, this is what I'm talking about. Well, then this sweet teacher, she's like, well, we're trying to do this. And we're like, well, why don't you have your dance party here? Because they have a big Christmas dance party.
They've never
kind of thing.
had one. They wanted one. They did one a year, and they said, "Do you think we could do a second one? And is there a place that we could do it?"
And so they turned up all the music, had DJs in here,
That's
and let
awesome,
them
dude.
kids go to town.
That's
son.
awesome. I wish
That
y'all had told me
was
I'd have brought a
couple hundred
cardboard
kids.
box and got my break dance on.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, you would have loved it.
I think we could have a third one just to see that.
Next year, we're putting you down.
Hey, he
But
can still do it.
Walking around in that room, it's like, this is exactly who we want to be. This
That's
is why we
great,
have
man.
a building. This is what we want to use it for.
That's
and you
great.
said growing up, churches always know. It was no,
Always
you
know.
use it.
Yeah.
do
Always
it.
know.
And here's the funny part. So I had another meeting with the mayor from Bossier. We had some other things going on. So Tommy's out there. I'm like, hey, bro, you're coming in here. And he was like, what? What's going on? Because it's bumping, son. I mean, they hitting Bruno Mars. It was like
200-300 kids.
It wasn't like, yeah. And it wasn't Christian music, okay? This was like just fun dance music. I mean, it was everything you can think of. And Tommy's like, man, what in the world's going on? Well, I said, dude, you finna be a celebrity, cuz. Come on in. And so he starts greeting all these kids. They start loving on him, laughing. And he's like, dude, this is awesome. And I'm like, well, these are the teachers, Bossier Parish teachers, that are making it all happen, because they're out there in our community
Day in and day out.
sacrificing
Yeah.
day in and day out. And then here is a servant leader trying his best to go, all right, what am I going to do? Like, look, appreciate it. Because what happens? Whatever level of service you're in, police officer, public servant, teacher, you only hear the negative.
Always. That's all
So
you
you
hear.
got to force yourself
right.
and plan to see positive, or it's going to overwhelm you. And the church ain't no different. So it's funny because human nature is we point out the negative and we ignore the positive. So even on 24 days of countdown, it's a little positive. Yep. So it's the same for your kids, or it's the same for the community. And if everybody really put that energy into it, I bought the drink behind me or whatever, and he's just like, it's just a little community. It don't make me, I ain't going to heaven because of it.
Not your
I don't
salvation.
think, it's just one of those things where the guy's like, man, thumbs up.
Yeah.
That's a little positive in our community versus the middle finger as opposed to a thumb up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you cut him off or you took too long or whatever. And that, I mean, look, we ain't got it all figured out, but some things are pretty easy.
It was a cool
It
thing.
is a win, dude. And I never understood that growing up either because, Pappy could go out and smoke a Marlboro Light, but you can't have a dance at the gym.
Right.
It don't make any sense. You know what I mean? It don't make any sense. You got deacons over here talking about, John 3:16. You don't know nothing.
Right.
Oh, you can't dance, but pass that Marlboro Red.
Yeah.
That makes no sense. You know what I mean?
It's Newport's where we were at. But
My mama hit them misties.
That's right. That's right.
No, them misty. Boy, they stink too, son. A misty, man, it ain't a good cigarette. You know what I'm saying? It ain't.
All right. That's it. So we got folks watching. Jaylene Witt from Phoenix says, love you guys watching.
What's
Thanks for
up,
being here.
Phoenix?
Dave
Phoenix.
Kruger said, okay, Greg's on. I'm glad things will be smoother today.
That's not true. Oh, I get it. He's being
I did a little
sarcastic.
sarcasm.
I think
Sorry,
that's
I missed it.
sarcasm.
I think it is.
Yes, I think
Sir
that-
And then he
Keith.
came back and said, we got so many great musicians. That's why y'all learn so many songs so quickly.
Secures.
Oh, and just to focus on that, really, you're talking. The truth is there are some like the horns players this week. Come on,
awesome.
bro. I mean, they were throwing some stuff, and they're coming. There aren't the horns this week too.
Are there horns this week?
I think there is.
There is?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know more than I do.
Yeah, I think they horns this week.
Exclusive.
Yeah,
They got
but
the horns.
what I'm saying
They will
is
be.
Is
like
it Daniel and Corey? Or is it just Daniel?
I think it's both of them.
Yeah, heck yeah, dude. I'm in.
So what I'm saying is, it's like I'm glad
Yo,
we need
music
to
director,
don't even
They were going to come.
So
if the
then you-
horns ain't there.
But what I'm saying is like they're using their gifts and their talents, and they're having a good time do it. So, but they're very talented.
They're very
couple
You
of
talk
them ran
about
in the
master's
chat.
degrees and doctors. They know their stuff.
Oh, they got it, son.
Jessica Brock said yes to Motown, I'm in. And then Alan Smith said Merry Christmas.
Oh,
Merry
it's Daniel
Christmas, Big
Bear.
A. That's
what
I'm
up,
talking
Bear?
Daniel
How
and
you
Ted.
doing, cuz?
about. The Bear, son.
The
They're gonna
Bear's
get
up in
on
there.
in there. He been out there doing it too, son.
He is. He's
Here
out
we
there.
go. Don't sit
Go
down.
down, come here,
Let's go a
catch
little
him
bit on
back,
bikes
two-stepping.
before we get too far off track,
He
too. It's
bringing
another
it.
group that's doing good, doing stuff for the community
They
today.
brought some bikes going out.
That's it. So this
Heck yeah.
started, it's 10 years?
I don't know. It's a
I think
long
it's around
time.
that, yeah.
One of my
So I'm going
favorites.
tomorrow. So I'm gonna be looking at the Bossier schools
But
tomorrow.
if you're new to Simple Church, a group of guys, small group, said, hey, we want to do something. They came up and they were passionate about giving bikes to kids in local schools.
Started
And
as a life group, right?
It is a life group, and now it's expanded to where they're even creating their own 501, which is awesome because now
that's
it's
cool.
expanded and gone. I'm like, man, y'all need to do your own thing and keep it going and get it bigger. And but yeah, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of bikes.
The golf tournament this spring, if you played in it, helped
I was
raise
about
the
to
money
say,
for the bikes.
not this week. There ain't.
No, you talking about a golf tournament?
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
they do it in the spring.
I was about to say they need that 60-degree rule.
Does that happen? Did y'all mess something up over
Well,
there?
lost the signal.
Live
Josh's
video may have
phone
gone
died.
out.
So
Let
if
me
you
go check my phone.
listen to the audio, he's going to go work on that.
If you're listening,
Pro Tools is working.
There you go.
Hey.
Jordan side.
Ha ha! We was just talking about technology, weren't you?
We fix it
we
in
jinxed
post.
it.
yeah.
That's right. But bike group doing good.
Well, you want to make sure, but we can maybe in a
Sure,
lull
we
here.
can pause. We're back.
All right, we're
Facebook
back.
Live. Josh
hey.
came over there to fix his phone that
His
does
wife
the
gives
streaming.
him screen time, and so then he can only be on the
He
screen
got
for an
cut
hour,
off.
and then they cut it off.
He didn't do enough chores to earn some hours.
You're like a child, son. Man, these young kids.
So it actually goes back to a message that you taught.
Amen,
Oh,
brother.
you're
Ooh,
right.
put it on
Your
the pass.
fault.
Yeah.
Bring the word, bring the word.
"Amen,
We're gonna bring
brother."
the word into it.
Amen, brother.
I'm trying to be a person. Trying to be a person that's more present, more in the moment, and not be on my phone all the time. Especially at home. I got 3 young kids, and
Heard that.
they always got a story to tell dad about whatever's going on at school. So I put screen time limitations on my phone.
Okay,
That's
so-
what- Come on, y'all. Give him a round of
Yeah.
applause. That is
Facebook is
working.
one of them.
Hey, my
and
wife's phone number is 318. Why don't you text her that?
my time limit was up for the day,
for the
Cap-
day.
but we got it back.
All right. Well, hey, we just had thanks for
He
tuning
said
back
for the
in.
day.
I only get an hour a day across all my social media. So I try
Limited.
to
Okay.
stay
That's
on
what I'm
that.
talking about.
So what
son.
you saying is we've been doing this for 45 minutes.
Yeah, he's in
Yeah.
trouble.
15
give or
minutes
take.
already.
You had 15 minutes on the clock.
Early.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was on Facebook a little bit earlier today.
Oh,
That's
okay.
okay.
Ah.
Check some
Bike
things
groups,
out.
what we're talking about.
Talking about bikes. All we're saying is they're going out right now. We
Right,
got
if you're
2
new to
days
Simple
of
Church,
it.
It's not something we really publicize because we've done it for a long time. But those guys all year work on it, get it there, do a great job.
Yeah,
And there's
I mean
somebody-
it's publicized because I see it every Christmas. But what I'm saying is it is a group of people who
Got
heard
it.
the messages, understood what was going on, and made a commitment to love on kids that we don't have any connection to. It's not like they're back to us. It's the outside the church. It's outside the walls of the church. Hundreds of kids in public schools is how we've chosen to do that wouldn't get a bike or don't have access to a bike. They get it for Christmas because of those guys and that sacrifice. Loving
awesome.
the community, son.
That's right, man.
Making it
Loving the
happen.
community.
So I got a funny story about the bikes that
Bring
I
it.
share. So, the bike thing's been going on for a long time and everything, and I played in that golf tournament a bunch of times. Haven't won it because people fudging them scores, but we won't talk about that. But,
Not bitter.
But no, so one day, we got a gaggle of kids on our street. There's
Gaggle of kids.
That's what I'm
Heck
talking
yeah.
about.
I've been on this
Yeah.
street. It's a
I don't know what
Spell
that means,
that.
but I'm feeling
Gaggle.
it, turkey.
too many kids. But anyway, all up and down the street and all that, and they're always playing outside and whatnot. And our kids have bikes, and so sometimes their bikes get borrowed or whatever. And there's two kids that live a couple houses down. They always borrow our kids' bikes or whatever. Well, one day, my two oldest, and then those two were out riding bikes together. I'm like, what is going? Y'all get bikes? That's awesome. And they're like, yeah, man. We were at school today, and somebody came, brought these bikes to school, and we each got one. And I was like, is that the? And then sure enough, I looked it up and found out it was that group, and I was like, man, you want to talk about small world
Yeah.
and just how that comes full circle to you. That there's people. It's not always in the, I don't live in a bad area or anything
Right.
by any means, but it's, you always think it's those people in that poor neighborhood or this or that and the other. And it's like, it's 2 doors down, man.
Right.
It's
right.
people that need help everywhere.
Everywhere,
There's people
yeah.
that always need it. So
Yeah.
that's always one
That's
that
a
hits
good
me in the
Come
feels
on,
there.
John. That's what
That's
I'm
it.
talking about.
Real
It's a
life.
good story.
Pers-
Yeah.
It's
That's
very
right.
true, though. I mean, it's the school, the teachers know who have what they need, and they also know those.
Where are they going tomorrow? Spud was saying that they were
Halton,
shocked. And
Kingston.
Kingston.
Kingston
you
Elementary
think
and Halton
Kingston's like
tomorrow.
one of the newest, bougiest part of
No,
Bossier.
that don't mean nothing.
And
Right.
it don't. And they
They
were
really
saying
don't.
because now they just put kids in that community, and the teachers. Man, listen, we don't hang out with kids all day. These teachers are true heroes because
Yeah, I agree
honestly,
with
they're
that.
investing in.
Yeah.
I mean, you got all these kids and they'll know, like, man, that kid's struggling. He doesn't have anything, and that's how we do the backpack program. And that's also how you do the bike. So it's like food and even something simple as a toy or a bike for Christmas. I mean,
Gingerbread house. Life group's been buying stuff all
they've
Christmas.
blown out all that. Yeah,
It's
that's
awesome. They're
I mean,
filling the truck with the fire department.
we just filled diapers today. Yeah, and the
A
truck
truck
got,
full of diapers.
Truck full of diapers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, the police are doing a thing tomorrow night in Bossier. I mean,
Those will be gone by the end of the week.
if the diapers, yeah. All of them.
lot.
There's so many needs, but it's important that Christians are a part of solving those problems. You don't just put that off on somebody else. You got a little extra resources, a little extra time. You go out there and you try to help.
It's awesome. That's right. So looking at Christmas coming up, we're already 50 minutes in, guys.
Well, that's because there's a lot of tomfoolery.
A lot of
Yeah.
tomfoolery.
I don't know who
And
he
some-
is, but he
on
be
his list.
fooling.
And some production woes.
Yeah, we had a couple little production woes.
It happens.
We're going to get that phone fixed, I promise.
I believe-
It's
we
all
believe
good.
it.
It's all
That's
good.
it. Christmas
Yeah.
Eve services coming up, December 24th.
It'll be fun.
That's
Very long.
an extended amount of music, so you can
Absolutely.
worship. There'll be a communion together. That's why we love the worship nights. Greg and them do all that, but Christmas Eve is a unique worship night. There's not a sermon. It's more music and communion and encouraging each other just to be able to come as a family. So you don't want to miss
Community.
it. It'll
Three
be awesome.
services here at the
Community.
boardwalk.
Yep.
1, 2:30, and
Greg's
4.
gonna bring his candle.
And
That's it.
baptism.
It'll be up there.
And baptism. That's right. If you
And
get
baptism,
baptized, we
that's
were talking
right.
about that today.
And
Keith
Foz
Fosberry's
is getting
one of the band
baptized.
guys.
yeah,
That's
man.
awesome.
Heck
awesome.
yeah. It's great. But, man, that goes back to the community part.
Yep.
Man, you just looked at the guy and be like, you can play every once in a while and not invested in the cat. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
the dude, he's part of the family. I
And
mean,
over
it's
the
just-
years of Simple Church, y'all have heard like you're letting him play on stage, or you're letting them, or like are you even Christians? Like they even go to church?
No.
And that's Greg Walker barely. You forgot what church you were at. The Wolf barely. I mean, we barely
I'm
hanging
hanging
on.
on.
to
Different
it.
approach, right? It's
Hanging
intentional.
on.
Hey, man, they let me be a youth pastor. They let anybody here.
Well, what's funny is you act like you got it. That's the thing is, man, I mean, the journey of following Christ is
Yeah,
a
dude.
consistent up and down and in and out and trying to figure that out. And so to me, that's what's awesome is that you can work through that with the community because everybody's had moments where you're not as good as you want to be. And then other moments
right,
you're like,
man.
man, I feel like I'm really knocking it out. It's the journey, man. We got all of us
That's
from
right.
the journey.
That's
Thank
right.
God he don't give up on us. I mean, we try
Thank
to throw
God.
people out and give up on people, but man, best I can tell, man, he ain't giving up, cuz.
Nope.
You heard?
That's it. And Caitlin listening to the podcast, regular listeners, that she just signed up to get baptized. She's getting baptized.
Come on,
Heck
Caleb.
yeah, man.
Woo, woo,
It's awesome.
That's what I'm
Heck
talking
yeah.
about.
All right.
It's gonna be great.
That's
So-
right.
Any
Christmas
other
Eve,
questions?
George?
Anybody throw anything they want? Look, you got the wolf here. It don't matter if we're 50 minutes. We can do what we want to do. Is there
You're
any-
right. Jennifer Grisby said Christmas concert, Eyes Wide Open. I don't know if that's the Creed song or
Creed?
she's trying to say open eyes.
Eyes wide open.
She's saying open eyes, maybe.
No, I think she's trying to say.
I think
Big
she's trying to say
Creed
Creed.
Yeah.
With arms
Yeah.
wide open.
Is that what it is?
That-
Do we have to
that's
wear
the
muscle
song.
shirts
Open
like a
Shall
boy?
we play
Absolutely.
some
Scott
Ooh,
Stapp.
I don't know if we want to do that. We may have to amend.
I can tell you.
So clarify. Let us know in the comments, Jim.
I can tell
That's a
you,
weird cat.
Putt took me to see
Scott
that.
Stapp?
I've never been a Creed guy, but I went and saw him. I'm gonna give him mad respect, son.
Oh,
that
yeah.
guitar player, he
Oh,
threw
yeah,
that
oh,
down,
yeah.
Tremonti?
son.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, my. Tremonti? Yeah, he's awesome, dude.
It was. I mean,
He's
I enjoyed.
incredible.
I'm not. I mean, I'm a guy to the '80s and some of the '90s, so I didn't really know them. They're 2000s, huh? I would guess.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Here, here.
Peaches and cream.
And that Three Doors Down opened up, and that dude's a strong Christian.
He
Is
is.
it Three Doors
Yeah,
Down?
three doors down.
He got
No,
cancer.
he's sick.
Kryptonite?
He's real sick.
But he, man, I'm gonna tell you that this is what tripped me out. I don't know these dudes because that's 2000s bands. Okay, so we just go in.
After like 1987, you were out. You
Well, I
said-
mean 92. But,
All right, there
but
you
who's counting?
Let's be real.
Give me POD in the 90s. Why you got to throw them out? All right.
It wasn't much long after that concert that his name's Brad Arnold.
Well, what's crazy? So I didn't know, and all of a sudden he gets up, and they're Three Doors Down. I don't remember their hit, but I remember that.
Kryptonite.
Yeah.
If I go crazy.
So then he gets up
Sing
and
it,
just
Bubba.
he just starts
Superman.
preaching Jesus like in the middle. I mean, I'm not talking about like kinda. I'm talking about like, dude, Jesus
blown.
saved my life, and I'm gonna just tell you. I mean, and he was cool about it, but I was like, all right then. And then all Creed comes out, yeah. But I was like, I was digging it. I'm down.
So loud.
Would you?
Yeah, but I was on the side. It wasn't in the.
We were too. It was
I like it.
But man, going back to the Three Doors Down deal, someone had brought that up to me at work, and man, I always say this, and I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. In that death has a way of making you look at things different.
Oh yeah.
It's just the way it is. I mean, we talk about Justin and I, we talk about it all the time, but it's true, man. I don't care who you are. It doesn't matter, man. It straightens you
Forced
out.
to deal with it.
Yeah. Oh, there ain't no doubt.
That's it. We got a question here. When's John Deere get to be on the show?
This
Chris
show,
Hedrick. Mhm.
that's up to y'all.
Yeah.
Let old deer on.
You don't know what he's gonna say. Well,
I don't know if he can be on the
Deer
live. He can't be on the live. podcast.
That's for Justin
Let
After
the
Dark.
deer
That's-
on, baby. Let
that's
I'm
the
gonna
what-
deer-
need me a.
Everybody just calm down. That's when I launch Justin After Dark. It'll be on there.
Behind the paywall. Greg likes
Hey,
that.
dude, I want on that one.
Oh yeah, that's
Justin
when
After
that's when we keep it
We
real.
ought to change y'all's voices and put it out as
Justin
something crazy.
After Dark. I love that. That's awesome. Yeah.
So that's all the questions. I do have a couple more comments. We want to keep
Okay,
going.
sure.
That's
Yeah,
right.
just a
Amy
couple of
Walker,
minutes.
back with her husband Danny serving, came
Yeah.
up to me, found me at the tent downstairs, said she is a big Josh fan. She never watches any movies. Everybody makes fun of her and hates on her.
And
she's-
let me give
Slates.
let me give Amy a shout out too, by the way, because she's back in there helping me out. Amy, you've been doing a great
she
job.
listens
Thank
every
you.
week,
Amy.
loves the podcast.
Thank you for coming to back in there and helping me. She was beating herself up a little bit, and I told her, I said, "Girl, you are always a blessing, and I'm thankful to have you." And I'm a Josh fan too. Give her a
There
hand,
we
Josh.
go.
Me
But
too,
out,
man.
son.
Straight up Josh fan.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He all right.
And then had a really cool
You've been a fan
interaction.
longer than all of them.
I got stuck with you. I got stuck.
Since the third grade,
He thought he,
son.
he
Straight
shook
stuck.
him and he came back around.
Salt and pepper. Didn't split up.
Peanut butter and jelly, son. It's
That's
a mouthful.
Deck him in the mouth. He said, punch that guy in his grill.
I was just
We got
joking,
grills
kinda.
one time.
Y'all did. I
We
said,
put that picture in there, didn't we?
absolutely.
Heck yeah.
And then had a
What a
really
time.
cool interaction this week with a guy that was here from Colorado, Robin connected with, that was here in the community. And he said he's been watching every week.
That's awesome.
He's trying to get his kids to come back to church. They didn't really go to church. He had come up with some church hurt. Was there. This guy named Chris that was helping out, was here for the dance.
That's awesome,
Did some
yeah.
stuff with Robin. Really cool stuff. They have a startup that's trying to get genetic testing in the state of Louisiana and connected with Robin through somebody that was
That's
a mutual
awesome.
friend, was here doing stuff. But he watches in Colorado.
Way to go, Chris. What's
There we
up,
go. So
Colorado?
thanks for being there, being a part
What
of
up,
that.
Colorado?
Yeah.
And then the last one we didn't even hit on, Dustin Nickerson, Laugh for Good.
Oh
man.
yeah,
Heck yeah,
I mean,
dude.
Great.
dude. All I can say about that is like what I like. Now again, y'all ain't gonna be surprised by this. He's a comedian that's a Christian, not a Christian comedian. So all I'm trying to say is that why that's important to me is that it might reach somebody who typically don't go to church.
Yeah.
And Dustin's, I mean, from Jimmy Fallon to whatever.
The
you
biggest
got
platforms, yeah.
yeah, you got all these different cultures, but he's a great guy, and he did a phenomenal job. And he walked that line, which I thought was appropriate and funny, because that's what makes it funny, is where you can kind of do all that. But super grateful that he agreed to come to a church
Great
to try to help us.
Thank you to everybody who came out and bought a
Yeah,
ticket.
yeah.
He said,
that's all for a good
I
cause.
love all them comedians before I came out. Y'all couldn't afford them.
Yeah, we made a video countdown. He was like, "Well, now I know y'all couldn't afford them, so here I am."
But it goes back to creating energy. I mean, you did a great
I'm the
job
budget.
saying and leading
Oh,
that.
well, and this is a funny behind the scenes thing. We'll end on this, and this is me and Chipper back there. Okay, so you're gonna bring out a comedian. If you've ever gone to any comedy show, so we're Zany's in Nashville. We have some connections to Zany's. Lauren, who lived here forever, she is actually working in Zany. So Zany has everybody. I'm talking about
One of
if
the
they're
biggest
in
names,
if
yeah.
they're one of the biggest comedy clubs in the nation. It's in Nashville. So we were like, hey, we're trying to do this, and she's like, hey, he'll be good. So anyway, we get this going on, whatever. But they always have warm up acts. And the reason why is because it's got to lighten the room up a little bit. Like, hey, man, so we're sitting here, we're bringing him in cold. So I was like, Chip, we got to do this, and so Chip, Evan, Caleb, we all get in there and we edit up. That's how we got to the clips, because, as Evan said, it creates an atmosphere an energy, and it's the same. And before we did Sinbad, we did it with music. If you remember, the reason we brought funky music
Christmas.
in there is all that is because that music sets the tone.
That's right.
So depending on who it is that you're bringing in.
What really got him going was the staff dancing. That's what really helped people get over the top there.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're talking about. Well, that's the second time.
Funky Christmas. Well, that was Funky Christmas.
Yeah, but he loved it either way. He was like, and Sinbad, who was at this point, it's an older comedian, but he was like, dude, he was with Prince the night before he came to us the first time in Madison Square Gardens. Prince did Madison Square Garden, and Sinbad opened up for him. Then he came to us, and he was like, dude, I ain't never seen no church like this. This is really, really
Pimp
awesome.
preacher.
Yeah, pimp preacher. But the reason why
Called
is
him.
that's what he called me. I ain't, you better put it in the show notes so that they
right.
know
I'll
that's
link it.
true.
Most
That's
watched
a
thing
true.
we have.
That is true.
But what I love about them is these are good guys that were trying to make a difference, and that concert was no different. You were doing it for good. You were trying to help people laugh at a hard time.
But you got to set it up,
you know,
though. Like
you
said,
gotta-
have
you
to
gotta
set it up.
create
You
the
can't just go
vibe, cuz.
cold.
You're great at that. I mean, you really are.
You
You're
got
good
to
at it. It
create the
matters.
vibe, cuz.
Part
That's
of what
right.
makes Simple Church a Simple Church.
That's it. So just look, keep it alive after I die. Amen.
That's right.
Keep it alive, baby. Haters gonna hate.
All
Hey,
right.
lovers gonna love.
Well, we loved our Christmas surprise guest, the Wolf. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for tuning
Yeah,
in,
boy.
listening.
Yeah.
If you didn't see the video, you missed all that. So tune in on Facebook next week. We got another podcast. We'd love for you to join us if you're just listening. Apple Podcast, Spotify, wherever it's at. Thanks for being a part of Backstage with the Simple
Saint
Church.
Mary Guadalupe.
Happy Hanukkah.
Peace.
Hey,
Happy
Facebook
Hanukkah.
screen time. Turn that off. So I
That's
don't
right.
have to get up.
Set your name.